Thanks for checking this out. This is part 1 of a series of 5 parts all about how to set up your Facebook advertising so that you can sell your products on Amazon, whether that's here in Australia or indeed in any marketplace right around the world. This works for anything. Now, if you are actually selling on Australia or planning on selling in Australia on Amazon, make sure that you like this video, hit subscribe because I've got parts 2, 3, 4 and 5 coming up as well, and you want to make sure that you get all of this so you've got the complete picture from the setup right through to the optimization. So like this video, hit subscribe to this channel, make sure you get everything, and if you want to learn more about starting a business on Amazon, you can download my book all about how to start your own business on Amazon here in Australia by following the link in the description below. Now to the video. See you soon. Let's get into it. So I've got a shitload of stuff to show you. As I said, I'm going to go through Facebook ad setup for you. But before I do, I thought it'd be kind of cool to give you a little bit of background on Facebook ads and what specifically it is about doing Facebook ads that make them such a monumental bitch to get right. So let's get into that first. So when you're thinking about traffic, so running advertising campaign, paid advertising, to your Amazon listing or whatever it is you're going to do, typically you will look at lots and lots of different traffic sources, and I tend to break them down like this. So you've got low hanging fruit, medium hanging fruit and high hanging fruit to go after, okay? And they of course are ascending in order of awesomeness and difficulty. So at the very, very bottom you've got what's called search marketing, so Google display ads, Bing display ads, Amazon PPC, that's also in there, and that is the easy stuff to go after online because for the most part it's actually pretty hard to mess it up. You put in the search term that you're after, Amazon or Google shows your ad for that search term. If somebody's interested, they click on your ad and you pay when they click. And so it's a pretty low risk way of doing things, all right? That whole search, PPC kind of stuff, pretty low risk. It's also very easy as well. More science than art to it because you already know somebody's searching. It makes things easier. And then you get medium hanging fruit, Facebook, Instagram. You could put into this YouTube as well. You could put into this Twitter, things like that. Why is this in the medium? Because it is progressively and commensurately more difficult to do, as you will see, and as I'll explain why as we're going through things. And then at the very, very high level, you've got display network, and this is advertisements on other people's web properties. So when you go to Sydney Morning Herald, for instance, on the website, you will see advertisements on that. That's all paid display-based marketing, and it's a very, very high level. You can make a lot of money and you can lose a lot of money. It's a wild, wild west. It truly, truly is. And for the most part, I don't really suggest you get involved with that. Is there a time when you could? Well, you could argue that you could do remarketing through Google and YouTube and shit like that, and that kind of is the display network, all right? However, let's ignore that. I've already covered off Google and Bing. Let's focus on the middle stuff. Okay. So here's why it's actually commensurately harder. And the problem is that nobody goes to Facebook to search for your stuff. Nobody is on Facebook looking to buy whatever it is you're selling. That's not why they go there. They're going to Facebook to look at pictures of cats, or to see what their mates are up to, or to check in with their parents, or if you're a parent, check in with your kids and what they're doing. But they are not there looking for your product. That's not why they're there. And because of that, unlike search marketing, where somebody goes to Google or Amazon, types in what they're looking for, like they're searching for it, because of that, this is what I call interruption marketing, because you've actually got to interrupt somebody from doing something that they were doing and instead get them to do something else, okay? That is a much, much harder thing to do in anything, but when you're talking about online, it's much more difficult to do, okay? And that makes it a much more interesting, challenging, and more of a creative pursuit rather than the science-based pursuit of search marketing. So, why is that a problem? Well, it's a huge problem because if you get it wrong, and we'll talk about the 3 different ways I use Facebook in just a second, but if you get it wrong, what you will do is you will get a shitload of tire kickers or window shoppers going and looking at your Amazon listing. Now, if you have got a traditional brick and mortar retail store, you want to have people, foot traffic going through your shop. That's an important factor, and indeed you pay more in the form of rents to put yourself into a position where you're going to get more foot traffic and footfall through your shop. That's what you want. Online, however, specifically relating to Amazon, you do not want that. That is bad. You do not want to have people just having a bit of a sticky beak at your product listing. You want them to go to your product listing and buy your product. So, why do you want that? Well, Amazon monitors and tracks everything that happens on its site. They are super, super good at analytics on their website. And one of the many, many things that they track is the number of people who go to your Amazon product details page versus the number of people who check out. Now, that process from going to the page to checking out is called the conversion process. So simply put, the number of people who convert into a sale. And there's lots and lots of micro conversions that happen prior to that, but that's the one that Amazon focuses on the most because that's the money shot. That's what that's when Amazon gets paid. That's when you get paid, okay? So you do not therefore want lots and lots of people just kind of going to your product page, looking at your product and clicking off without buying, because what that will do is it kind of messes up that on-page conversion rate. Now, you can check your own on-page conversion rates with something called the unit session percentage. It's a report that you run in Seller Central from your reports desk. And that's an important metric that Amazon monitors. So, what do you do instead? Well, there's a couple of things you can do. Here's what I do. I'm going to give you a link, so don't worry if you're looking at this, going, what the frickin' hell is Neil talking about? So, this is sent to all. Now, if you're watching the recordings of this, you can just copy that goo.gul link, and that will take you to the same page. What I've just given everybody is a link to a landing page that I use. I use lead pages to build all of my landing pages, and what I do is I send my traffic to a landing page as an intermediary step between getting them to my Amazon product details page. And that gets rid of that whole problem around unit session percentages being messed up thanks to sticky beakers having a bit of a looky-loo, okay? As I said, that is a more advanced thing though, so that's more relevant and pertinent to my inner circle peeps who know this shit already. So, having said all of that, there is a time when in actuality it's okay to have people doing a sticky beak and just having a bit of a looky-loo, all right? There is a time when that's okay. I use Facebook in 3 different ways. So I'll talk about the 3 different ways in a minute. But what I'm going to cover in this particular session is what I call the profit phase. I'm going to use it in the profit phase, okay? And as you'll see, we're going to focus on making sales. Now, you're probably thinking to yourself, but Neil, surely we always want to make money. Well, no, that's not the end goal of things you can do on Facebook. So there's 3 things I use Facebook for. So I use it to launch products on Amazon, and launch, all that means is you're looking to make your product rank on page 1 of Amazon for any given search term that you're going after, okay? So the launch phase, our focus is on getting lots and lots of people to the page, getting lots and lots of traffic, lots of attention, lots of action, because that Amazon loves all that, okay? Amazon loves all that. And during the launch phase, that's a fantastic goal to have. And that will make your product bounce onto page 1, position 1, all right? Now, if you make some money doing that, awesome. But what you're really doing here is investing in your business to make your product get onto page 1, position 1, so that Amazon will send you their traffic. That's the purpose of that particular phase, all right? Second phase is the profit phase, which is when you've launched and you're already on page 1, position 1. You switch gears and you focus on making money, profit from your paid advertising. And one of the things that this will do is it will help your product to stick into the position that the launch phase got you to. So hopefully that's page 1, position 1 on Amazon. It will stick there. And that's going to be a function of making sales, all right? And then the third way I use Facebook is customer interaction, getting reviews, getting product feedback, and community building. And again, that's more advanced things. We cover that in my Advanced Inner Circle. In actuality, we've just gone through a whole community building thing, which was awesome fun to go through. And I really, really enjoyed teaching that as well. So that's the 3 ways that you can use Facebook, okay? But as I said, we're going to focus on profit. So this is post-launch. So post your regular launch, your ranking is actually, it's all over the place. So one day you may be page 1, position 1. The next day you may be page 13, position 13. And it's kind of all over the place because Amazon's trying to suss out where it should place you in the search engine results page to get maximum money from you and your sales, all right? That's what it's trying to figure out. So you're kind of all over the place, and this is why that profit phase is an important phase of the process to make your listing stick too. So we use Facebook to signal to Amazon that we should be on page 1, position 1, because then we'll get all of Amazon's sales that we can possibly get. And of course, our goal in this phase is, as I've said, to make sales and to make a profit from those sales as well. So here is something very, very important, and it's something that most folks who teach this shit are never, ever going to tell you this sort of stuff. But I think, you know, you're smart. Jesus Christ, you guys are really freaking smart. You know this stuff already, but you will most likely not get this right the first try. You probably won't get it right the first time. Facebook advertising relies more on art and psychology than science, unlike search marketing. So it's kind of, you've got to put something up there and see how it goes, all right? So I find, as a mindset, it's best to treat it as an experiment. Like, I'm going to try this and see what happens. I've got some feedback. Okay, now I'll make some changes and see what happens. Erica Steele, she posted into the Facebook group only this week, I think it was on Saturday. She made a couple of changes to her Facebook ads. That was a $2,000 a week change in a Facebook ad. So pretty cool. And if you get it right, there are very, very few ways that are better than Facebook to scale a business out. Very, very few ways to do it better than that. And I spend anywhere between $10,000 and $15,000 a month on Facebook ads. And I never, ever get it perfect first go. So if you're kind of expecting it to be perfect first go, you are setting yourself up for failure. You will make yourself feel bad when it's not perfect first go, and that's not good, because what happens when you feel bad is you don't want to do something anymore. It will put you off, and that's a mistake. So instead, have an attitude of playfulness and experimentation, and that will be really, really useful for you. I've been doing this shit for 10, 11 years, and still don't get it right first time. So, if you think you're going to get it right first time, you are setting yourself up for failure. Not good at all. All right, so a little bit of a preamble. Let's take a look at our listing. So I'm going to ping you through a link. And this is Wolfgang's, who's one of our Diamond members. I'll show you a picture of Wolfgang, actually. He is a lovely, lovely bloke. Doesn't that Diamond member sounds like some sort of crazy Austin Powers movie? That's Wolfgang and his wife Gisela. They're in the Diamond VIP program, where we do heaps of shit for people to help build their Amazon businesses, plus much, much more. I had a one-on-one consult with Wolfgang the other day, which was great fun. And I thought his product was really, really good, as you'll see. But there was some challenges. And so I said, oh, look, maybe if you let me use it as an experiment, notice that word, then I can demonstrate the experiment to everybody else. And Wolfgang very, very kindly agreed, because what we're going to do, of course, is see his product. So I'll give you the link for that too. Send to all. All right, so as you can see, it is a microfiber cleaning cloth. Now, he sells this in Australia, plus sells it in the USA. And I think you can agree with me when I say that everything has been done very, very well. Like, it's a lovely listing. He's put a lot of effort into it, had great images done for him, and it is looking spectacularly good. Yeah, there's not much you would change about the listing at all. Most of the low-hanging fruit in terms of optimizing a listing, that has been done. Good text, good bullet points, also got a good product description, blah, 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 blah. So that's all good, all right? And I think that is important for me to say that, because I would not try paid traffic on a shithouse listing. It's just a bad idea. So if you're thinking about running traffic, step one, make sure your listing is spot on, as good as you can get it, because traffic will emphasize good things or bad things. So if your product is really, really good and you send traffic to it, that's great. But if your product is really shit and you've set your listing up badly and you send traffic to that, then it will emphasize that as well. So you don't want to do that. You do not want to do that. So that's his listing. Super, super cool. I am very, very happy with that. However, so currently, and let's go, I'm going to make this interactive tonight as well. So currently, Wolfgang's differentiation is, I think, pretty obvious, the way that he's tried to market that product. So currently the differentiation for the product is around quality, is around eco-friendliness, is around Australian made. So he's already got that done. He's already done all that. So I don't think there's anything that you could do that. So as far as his customer avatar and who he's trying to sell to, based on his listing, who do you think he's trying to sell to? So just type into the chat while I've just slurped my water. Who do you think he's trying to sell to? Do you want his listing again? Doink, doink, doink. Boink. Send to all. Women, yeah. Australians. 30 to 60. Yummy mummies, yeah. Hey, an ace. Going good, thanks, huh? Aussie market. Yeah, so young, maybe. I'll talk about that in a bit, Suzanne. Housewives. Okay, cool. All right, so you guys have nailed that. I think you can get a sense of what his customer avatar is just based on the listing. The listing reeks of a certain customer avatar, okay? There's lots and lots of ways to differentiate a product, from your price to your packaging, Apple or anybody, quality to the targeting, aka the avatar, and much, much more. All right. So what I thought would be kind of cool, because if I looked at Wolfgang's product, it is, let's just go back to it. It is a beautiful product, really, really well done, but it is in a hyper-competitive niche. He has got some majorly huge competition, not only from other people selling a microfiber cleaning mitt, but from places like Coles and Woolies selling, 3 of those freaking green sponge scourers for $1.50. He's also got that as competition. So you have to think, why is somebody going to buy my product? What's my point of difference? What makes my product unique? What is it that makes my product unique? And that forms part and parcel, of course, of your avatar and your perfect market for you. So something that I often do in many, many businesses I go into, Aussie Online Entrepreneurs was one of them, was I looked at what everybody else was doing, and then I thought, I'm just going to do the exact opposite to that. And so it's something I do a lot. And it's a good idea, if nothing else, looking at your competition and saying, how can I do the opposite to what they're doing, will make your brain think in a different way, okay? So everyone is targeting females. So I thought, let's target guys. Everyone else is targeting clean homes. So I thought, let's target clean cars. Everyone else is highlighting eco-friendliness. So I thought, we're going to target getting laid. You get the idea? It's that sort of thing, okay? So when I think about Wolfgang's product, I'm thinking about different ways to sell it. I'm thinking more this than what he currently has, all right? Because everybody else is already trying to sell that product in the same way. And there's a law of nature. If any two things are exactly the same, then one of them is not required. And so differentiation and making your product stand out is important. So this is the very, very simple, new Australian, that's important, avatar. Blokes, 25 to 45, they're blokes. They're into their cars, likes his mates, having a laugh, takes a piss, drives a Holden, buys Australian. Now, you're probably thinking to yourself, how the hell did you put together that avatar, Neil? Well, here's the best piece of advice I can give you when you're trying to put together a product. Sell something you would personally want to buy. That is the best advice I can give you for starting your Amazon journey. Be your own best customer. So if you are a new mum, sell something for other new mums. If you are really into triathlons, sell something for triathletes. It's that sort of thing, okay? Be your own best customer. You will know what you want and try to create a product that you would love to buy. I think that's a really good piece of advice. And as you get better at doing that, you'll be able to put together your customer avatars much, much easier. But to begin with, that's a really great thing to do, okay? It's a really, really simple thing to do. I have often seen examples, for instance, where guys have been trying to sell stuff for babies, you know what I mean? Which really, it's difficult as a bloke to understand what a mum goes through. It's just tough. So much, much better to sell the things that you are interested in. Try and make something like that. Make the very best iteration of that, okay? As I said, if you do the same thing as everyone else, why should someone buy from you? So what we're going to do is we're going to do a little test for Wolfgang. And the test is, can we reposition Wolfgang's product to go after an entirely different market than everybody else is going after. That's the test we're going to put together tonight. And by doing that, I'll also get to show you how to set up Facebook ads for your Amazon business. So I'm going to get to show you that too. Now, doesn't matter what you sell, the principles and the strategy that we're going to undertake is exactly the same. It's exactly the same. Hey, thanks so much for watching that video, and I hope that you got some massive value from it. Before you go, do you live in Australia? If you do, this is for you. Would you like to learn how to sell things on Amazon here in Australia? Would you like to know what sells really, really well and what sells for the maximum amount of profit? Would you like to know where you can source those products from, whether that be in China or here in Australia, and how to source them so you pay bottom dollar and get maximum value for what you're doing? If you do, please subscribe to my channel and like this video, and you'll learn that and much more. It's the exact same information that people like Jeff from New South Wales have used to make $45,000 a month on Amazon, that Sue, who's from the sunny coast, has used to purchase herself a brand spankly BMW every single year as a result of her e-commerce business, and the lovely Kate from Bowral in New South Wales has used to make $32,000 a year on, a month, not a year, a month on Amazon, and indeed Anthony, who makes $15,000 a month on Amazon, selling, as he puts it, odds and sods. If you'd like to learn the exact same information that they use to maximize their profits for their Amazon businesses, subscribe to this video, like my channel, post below if you want me to teach you something. Okay, I'm out of here. Speak to you soon. Bye. Subscribe. Do it now.